Welcome to Huntington Bank Stadium, home to the Minnesota Golden Gophers. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Purdue Boilermakers, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Minnesota Golden Gophers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And the Golden Gophers will boot it away to start the game. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Purdue Boilermakers offense will go on the attack first. And David, they've got a guy in the backfield that certainly is capable of carrying more than his share of the weight in this offensive attack.
Yeah, he's a piece, but I would argue this, Reese. Like, you need to get the ground game going. For this offense to be successful, they need a physical tone setter, and he can be that, sometimes up, sometimes down. They need that consistently, Jesse.
They need him to show up when it matters the most, and there's going to be times in this game like we've seen throughout his career when the defense wants to take away wide receivers or players on the perimeter, and that's when this guy has to show up and shine. He's got vision, he's got cutting ability, he's got speed, but that's got to be on display in this game.
Got him downfield. Smashes him with the stiff arm. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup. The Boilermakers will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick.
That is the perfect start for a defense that has really struggled against the pass this season. They're in the bottom portion, okay? Have struggled, but opening drive, making a statement. Maybe this creates some momentum. Maybe this turns the tide for this defense.
Has it. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. That's caught. It's Smith.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rallying to the football?
The play action fake. Pocket breaking down. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Got a man, it's Tracy. He stopped short, and it's 4th down. The Golden Gophers decide to punt it away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Quarterback on the keeper. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm as we start the second quarter. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Catch in the middle, it's Jackson. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. And the defense, they've got him at
Nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back, you get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
And the Boilermakers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking to fire. Slithers into space. They'll run him out of bounds, but look what's on the ground. Penalty marker.
Hold offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Offense gets set for second down. Back to pass. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Got him down quickly after the pick, but man, do you have to take care of the ball down here, and they didn't. They'll mark it at the 27. Great place to start for this offense. Off the play fake on first down to throw. It's complete on the right side. Gets it inside the 10, out of bounds at the 9 after the big pickup on that one. And the Golden Gophers are in the red zone. To the air, it's Lindsey. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll go back to the air on second down. He's got it. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Bully ball on third and short. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. From the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. Good, right down the boulevard. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, one of the biggest games of the week is playing out right now. Let's check in on this top 25 battle. Michigan is currently trailing in this one, but if history has taught us anything over the years, it's that closing out the maize and blue inside the big house is not easy. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Indiana.
From the gun, they'll try the middle.
Just another week in the Big Ten where the only constant is chaos. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Gonna swing it on second down. Here's a heat. Caught near the sticks. It's McCoby. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Looking downfield on first down. Bringing the heat. And a nice pickup on the line and gets down to avoid contact. The Boilermakers moving quickly to the line. Wants to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Got his man on the right. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. To the air on first down. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football, you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again, and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
It'll be third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one is perfect. And guys, that field goal draws us even as we get close to halftime.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Waning seconds of the first half, let's see how they handle it. The give is to Taylor. Gets it past the marker. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Dropping back, it's Lindsey. Under fire. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, it is hard to beat Minneapolis when that town is buzzing as it is today. And that defense has to feel like it just played about as close to a perfect first half as it can play. And who am I to argue? I mean, check out that scoreboard. Bone-crushing hits and an airtight secondary. Feels like they have 12, 13 dudes out there against that offense, which needs a real pick-me-up and fast. And with that, let's send it back to our guys at the bank there in the Twin Cities.
The Boilermakers will line up to kick off and start the second half. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field.
Holding. Offense.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. On third and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Makes a connection. Running wide open down the gut of the field. 10. Touchdown, Minnesota. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they put points up in electrifying fashion with an 82-yard toss for 6. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They'll give it to the back. Finds a little bit of space. He'll get 3 out to the 15. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Motion from the back. Back to pass on 2nd down. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Well, this offense keeps giving up sacks, and they keep finding themselves in situations like this, 3rd and long right now. They don't have many points in this game, and this is a big reason why. It's hard to score if you don't keep the 3rd downs manageable. So moving forward, whether it's running the football in 1st and 2nd or throwing short passes earlier in the drives, they've got to change things up because taking sacks like this is killing this offense.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Trying to set up the screen. He's pushed out of bounds at the 13 and gives this offense a little room to work. The Boilermakers will punt it away on 4th down. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Signals for the fair catch and looks it in at the 40. First play of the drive comes from the 41. Gives it on the option. Breaks into the open.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Taylor has it. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks. The Golden Gophers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. That's going to do it for the quarter, and Minnesota has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak.
Well, and he gets stuffed on that QB sneak. He's just not doing a really good job of reading the crease and finding a little space to kind of tuck into and drive his feet. He's just running himself into a wall, Dave.
Well, and how about the big boys up front? Make a crease. Push somebody back. Create some space. There was nowhere to go.
The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Trying to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Quickly to the tight end. Just has a knack for hitting that move on time. He's out to the 33. And the Boilermakers come to the line needing just inches for the 1st down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Makes the grab. It's Walker. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Most important part of a clutch drive, piece together some 1st downs, get in position, and here they are on 1st and 10. Here's a throw downfield late. Pulls it in down the sideline. And wisely gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got the 1st down, now in plus territory and a chance to save themselves. Looking to throw on 1st down. Grabbed over the middle, it's Walker. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Rides the back and leaves it. Tough, determined run, gets it down to the 12. Calling a timeout here, you have to avoid making a mistake in this situation. The Boilermakers didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Off the play fake on 1st down. Fires to the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Purdue!
Great job with the score. And listen, right here at this point in the game, there's still going to be time left. My defense is going to have to make a stand regardless. I'm going to kick the extra point because the field goal still beats me if I go for a 2-point conversion.
Big point after here, looking for the tie late. And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 4th. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Michigan is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned down Tom Brady should never be counted out of any game. They're trailing by just 2 to Indiana. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one. Back to you.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Looking to throw, it's Lindsey. Caught behind the line, it's Taylor. He navigates some traffic, steps out of bounds at the 27 as this offense tries to get something going. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. And the Golden Gophers will call on their punt team. Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. Surprisingly makes a fair catch just outside the 40-yard line. Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires deep toward the end zone. It's incomplete, and the clock strikes 0, and we are headed to overtime. 4 quarters not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football. And finding out which of these 2 teams is the most mature. Who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play.
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and 2-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's McCoby. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Off the play fake. Dumps it to the back. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. Wants to go up top. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. The Boilermakers getting set on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. Quick release by the QB. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. They want to keep this drive alive. 3rd and short here in overtime. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Boilermakers! They take the lead here in overtime.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get him. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. Looking for a man. It's Lindsey. Throws to the tight end. Got it! He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. 1st and goal as they try to answer with a touchdown of their own. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! They got it in the end zone. Now a decision to make with the point after. They need this extra point to send it to double overtime. And he made the extra point without problem. Here in the second overtime, they'll snap it on first down. The run from the shotgun. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage. Or will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Rides to back on the option, the give. Blast his way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24. They'll move the tight end. Power football with the run. No more room to run as this defense rises up on third down, and now it's fourth down from the 22. Defense will call a timeout. They got a peek at the formation, want to make sure they're in the right call on this big down here in overtime. Just drives it between the uprights. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. Picks up the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Boilermakers have taken it inside the 20. Rushes on him. Looking to scramble. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. Gets the back moving. Pushes ahead. A game winner. What a finish in double overtime. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
It always comes down to a few key plays in a game like this, but to lose in overtime, just an absolute kick in the gut.
It's a kick in the gut, and you remember those exact plays, Reese. The things I could have done a little bit better, or the ball could have bounced my way. Just a few of those little plays make the difference in winning or losing the ball game.
I think as players too, David, you know, when you watch the film, you didn't do enough, but you definitely had some positives out.